Hello and welcome to Nowhere. My name is Trish and I am the creator behind Nowhere Novelties. I saw this beautiful version of a reverse ombre V-split tumbler. Unfortunately, I don't know who the original creator is, so I sincerely apologize. If she pops up in the comments or someone knows who it is, give credit where credit is due. The pink to purple ombre reminds me of a certain character from my childhood. I absolutely love Alice in Wonderland. So I created the same pink to purple reverse ombre, but I gave it a little Cheshire Cat twist. If you're ready to see this come together, let's strap in and shoot for the stars. Okay, I am starting out with a 20-ounce skinny straight from Maker Flow Crafts. Right now, I have it base painted in an ombre pattern with Rustoleum berry pink on the top into Rustoleum grape on the bottom. I am setting up the first set of V shapes on the first side of the tumbler. I am eyeballing these. I figured since the top V was pretty small, I could eyeball this one as opposed to using a template. And then I am taking just some scrap pieces of the tape and lining them right against the V so that I know how far away to put the next line of tape. I think using the scrap pieces of tape to give me a guide for the width of each stripe ends up working out really well. It allows the look to be super cohesive. Now the V's do line the back of the cup as well, so I have to be careful with where I'm placing my little guide tape pieces so that I can create these back V's as well. The key to getting nice crisp points is making sure that your two pieces of tape overlap. That allows that gives you a guide to be able to cut the tape into the actual V shape and give you a nice solid point. So here I am kind of extending the tape so that they overlap towards the bottom, and I can cut that the tails off and have a clean V. This is the very first like multiple layered V split tumbler, if you want to call it that I've ever done. I really think it came together pretty easily though. Getting a nice V shape in and of itself, just one V, is hard enough. Which is why I really like the template that I've shown in my last videos. But this one came together really well just eyeballing it. So I personally have issues with the base spray paint color lifting regardless of what sort of tape I use. Obviously that showed in the last V-split video where I actually peeled up the white base layer, but I was really worried about this with this cup, and I did not want to mess up the base layer ombre. And so what I did with each piece of masking tape before it went onto the cup, I laid it against my bare skin on my legs. I had shorts on when I was making this cup, so I laid it against my bare skin and just pulled it off my skin, laid it down, pulled it off my skin and laid it back down, probably like 3 or 4 times. And basically what it did was take the tack off of the tape and made it much less sticky. And I had minimal lifting on this cup. Really, it was just on the very, very bottom edge. You'll see this in just a second. So this bottom V in the purple section did need to be filled in completely because one side needed to stay the base color, whereas the other side was going to be colored in with the new base color once I re-spray painted it. You'll see what I mean when I get to the spray paint step. Once I cleaned up the tape lines that met the bottom edge of the cup, I kind of had to decide how or if I was bringing the actual stripes of the V down onto the bottom of the cup. I didn't want it all one color. I wanted it to follow, to the best of my ability, the V patterns or the alternating color patterns. So I kind of just created an X and connected 2 of the V's on each side of the cup, and then filled one portion of the X in that met the bottom V in the purple section. And it actually ended up, it looks pretty cool when it's spray painted. I made sure all of my tape lines were nice and tight to the cup, and we were ready for spray paint. So I am coming in with the same 2 colors, berry pink first. That is going to cover our initially base painted purple section. This is where we start to create that reverse ombre, because everything under the tape is going to still be base painted purple. You do want to bring the pink all the way down, cover all of the purple, because you don't want any sort of like muddled area in that center line. Going right in with Grape and covering the top side of the cup right over all of the original berry pink. And I wanted to really concentrate and make sure that the center line, the center portion of the cup is nice and blended with both of the new coats of paint. Let this dry very well before you move forward with removing your taped off sections. The tape removal process is pretty satisfying to see the reverse ombre come together. Like I said before, I was super nervous about pulling this tape. If I had to redo any of the base layers, I was gonna cry. Thankfully, the first pull was a total success, so I just went in very slowly with a little weeder tool to be able to peel up the initial corners, and nice slow pulls. Look at how good it looks. I will admit that at this point, I actually didn't know if I was going to put decal or pinstripes or anything on this cup. I knew I wanted to glitter it, but I didn't know to what extent, what other elements I kind of wanted to end the cup with. But peeling the tape and seeing the pink to purple transition actually happen in real time, that's when it dawned on me that this reminded me of the Cheshire Cat. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're all mad here. It needed to go on this cup. Okay, so here's where I show you the 2 kind of boo-boo areas where the tape did lift the base paint, but that's okay. I grabbed some purple grape-ish color acrylic paint and touched up those areas, and I knew that once it was glittered, it wasn't going to be as stark of a difference, so this was a perfect fix. Speaking of glitter, I am cheating this one. So I'm using Brite, which is a transparent, super fine glitter from Peachy Olive Glitters, and I am going to be applying it with the epoxy method and a shaker that I believe I got from the glitter grind. I will triple check and link it down below. I knew there wasn't a chance I was getting the pink to purple ombre with actual pink and purple glitter right on the first try with this reverse ombre. So this, the Brite glitter, it, like I said, is a super, super fine glitter. It is sort of translucent, so the base colors shine through when it's applied, and I'm using the shaker application so that it's a really light overall finish. It's not like super heavily applied, and it looks like I used pink and purple glitter as opposed to a white glitter. doesn't give the exact same effect and overall look as the inspiration picture that I showed in the intro, but I think it's beautiful, and this is well within my realm of expertise. I did one other coat of epoxy before applying my decal because I wanted a nice smooth finish. This adorable SVG I found on Etsy. I will have the creator listed below. I loved that it had the Cheshire Cat tail, the Mad Hatter's hat, and the pocket watch for the white rabbit. And this is a tech wrap opal vinyl. It flashes pink and purple mostly, which is perfect. I wanted it to almost disappear against the cup, but also be very apparent that it is there when you get it in the right light. And I'm putting it against just a kind of medium grape purple color, solid offset. I believe it's a Cricut vinyl. Okay, so one of the transition points on the cup, this one I really liked. So I wanted to put the decal on the side that didn't really have that very specific point. So I hinge method this application right into the center portion of the cup. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so happy with this cup, and it is staying with me. I did 2 final coats of epoxy and she was ready to go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I hope to see you guys real soon. Bye-bye now.